Hello guys, welcome back to another interview. Today I'm honoured to be joined by Jaylon Bates. Thank you very much for joining me, mate. How's things?
Good, brother. God's been great, man. How are you?
Very good, mate. A very exciting card coming up. When you fight again, are you looking forward to getting back in there?
Yeah, been out too long. For me, it's about getting used to the cage, getting used to the cameras, getting used to the lights, the camera action, the interviews, the people, the crowd. Fighting during that whole COVID period, it was different because there was no crowd. So all you can hear is your corner. Now that we have the crowd back, it's getting used to the roar of the crowd. I really love that roar of the crowd. Even when it's silent and they're just watching you, and then after someone wins or something happens, they're like, "Woo!" I love that, man. So I can't wait to get back in there and get into the swing of things. Hopefully, we have 4 fights this year.
Perfect. And do you feel that plays into your hand? Do you feel like you perform better in them situations, or is it a matter of just adjusting to both?
Oh yeah. Whether the crowd's against me or the crowd's with me, the crowd wants to see me. And I think that's the best part. Whether they want to see me lose or win, they want to see me. Well, what's going to happen? And it's having that attention, those eyeballs on you, being the man in the center of the cage, in the center of the octagon. That's just, it's nothing. There's no greater feeling than that, besides probably having a child.
Well, nearly forgot that one. Nearly, you saved yourself just there.
Yeah.
Well, just to start, obviously, Jaylon, you've had a very impressive record so far. Obviously, amateur and pro, you've gone, I think it's 15 fights undefeated, 6-0 as a pro. How's the journey been? Obviously, now you've been 15, now going on to your 16th fight. How's the whole journey been, and are you happy with what you've shown us to this point?
I mean, of course, I don't like to give myself a lot of credit. I don't like to give myself a lot of praise or applause. I'm not that guy. I think my first part of my career, that's how I'm labeling it. I think it was great. Now we're gonna see the next chapter of my career. I feel like the first part of my career was undisciplined, me doing whatever I want, me being wild, free, living life. Now we're gonna see the second part of my career where it's a lot more dedication, a lot more hard work, and a lot more focused, determined mentality to win over all costs and cash big checks, man. Belts, checks, cars, houses, all that. We want it all, man.
Well, it's an exciting thought. If you've done what you've done undedicated, I'm excited to see what it's going to be like when you are dedicated. And your last fight was your split decision win. How did you feel? I believe that was your first split decision win of your whole career. How did you feel going into the center of the octagon when they were counting the scorecards? Did you feel that you had that? Were you confident that you had that win?
I was confident that this is what happens when I don't work hard, and I can't. I am talented, but I'm not as talented as I think I am in my brain, right? Talent, they say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. But if you're talented and you work hard, it's very hard to stop you. So training only 2 weeks for that camp, I was doing a lot of just dumb things before that camp, and it showed. It showed with my gas tank. It showed when the moment he started talking shit to me, I should have been able to just amp up and finish him. I had no way. I was just like, fuck, bro, shut up. Like, I was just like, shut up in my head. And then I was like, man, you're really talking right now. Like, you're really crazy. So I wasn't happy with that performance at all. I wasn't happy with the camp I had, and it's all on me. That was my fault. It was no Antonio's there all the time. AJ's there all the time. Slice is there. Joey's there. Like, the team's there all the time. It was me who was stepping out and doing other things. So getting out of that mindset, I can't wait for this fight, man.
Great news, mate. And my next question was gonna be asking if you made any improvements in a particular area, but you mentioned a lot about mindset. Do you feel like that's the area you've improved in since then to now?
Oh well, see, a lot of the things I've been through is another reason why I fight. I've been through a lot of pain, and I could be dead. I shouldn't even be here right now. A lot of the times, God's really pulled me through, and at the end of the day, someone's got to pay for it. Someone's gonna pay. So we're gonna make sure Jornell pays on February 4th for all the pain that I've been through, because my mindset has always been strong, and I know God has a bigger part. Even even with fighting, say I could lose my next 3 fights and Bellator cuts me or whatever. I know God has a bigger plan for me, no matter what it is that I do. I don't know it yet. God's plan is always greater than we think it is. So at the end of the day, I just trust in the Lord, and man, my mindset's strong, very strong.
Of course, and I'm excited to see this strong mindset in play. And you mentioned there February 4th, obviously you're fighting Jornell Lugo. Have you seen much of him? And of what have you seen? What you have seen of him? What do you think he brings to the fight?
No, when he signed up to fight Sabatello, I had watched the fight when he went overseas, and I only caught the end of that. Then when I saw him fight with Sabatello, I just kind of talked it up as like, okay, well, the kid's good, but there's areas that he really needs to improve on. And you know what? After this fight, I have no problem training with him. I have no problem training with anyone in Bellator. You know, I know certain guys like, you know, Patchy Mix. I won't train with Patchy Mix. I can't wait to fight Patchy Mix because Patchy, I just got on the scene and he was already in my DMs talking to me. Like, bro, you're 12 or 13-0 or 13-1 at the time. Like, am I a threat? So I know I'm a threat to him, and you know he's in the Grand Prix, and it's whatever. But at the end of the day, Patrick Jornell I won't train with. Stotts I would love to train with because his wrestling is world class. You know that's great wrestling. Archuleta, you know Pettis. You know these guys the guys I respect. Patchy Mix I don't respect because at the end of the day, it takes a lot to get in the cage, and for him to say the things he was saying to me when I just got on the scene, I don't even know who you are, but now I do, and you're a grappler, so he has no, yeah, I can't wait. He's a
So,
grappler.
so with Patchy compared to Jornell, would you say Jornell, this one is not personal? Like you say, you're happy to train with him after. You're happy to, you know, sharpen each other's tools. So you just want to kind of get through this one with him,
Yeah,
respectfully, it seems, and
yeah. With all
move
my
on to
opponents, it's
something
gonna
more
be,
personal.
yeah, it's always gonna be respect with all my opponents except Patchy Mix. It's and Keith Lee. Keith Lee too. Him and Keith Lee were both in my DMs actually. I'm not gonna sit there and go out of my way to talk shit. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to put you down. I don't find sense in putting another man down, especially doing with what we do. Not everyone can do it, so I respect every man that goes into that cage. It takes a lot of gut. It takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of determination. It takes a big heart. So if someone's saying they're the best, that's good. Say you're the best. You should say you're the best. That's what we're here for. So at the end of the day, I just think that yeah, man, yeah, I think Jornell is a great dude. He's God fearing dude as well, just like myself. And we're gonna go put on a great show. Um, I will come out victorious.
Absolutely no doubt. Feb 4th is going to be a great show. And I just want to mention on your game a little bit. You have plenty of finishes on your record and your resume. A lot of them by submission. Do you feel like Jonell's going to try and stay away from them exchanges? Obviously, he's got a couple of submission finishes himself. Do you think he'll kind of shy away from these exchanges where he could get subbed?
Um, I think he's gonna try to keep me at distance as much as he can. He's not gonna try to let me get the takedowns. But I know once I get the takedowns, I know I'm better than Sabatello on the ground. I at least I feel in my opinion, right? At least I feel in my opinion, I'm better than Sabatello on the ground. Sabatello does have a smash and pass type of ground game, but I'm threatening. So I think that he'll try to stay away, and if he can keep it on the feet, that is when you're gonna see the work I really put in shine. I think because my hands are like a hidden talent. When I let my hands go, it's I can do some things in my hands, but I don't like to do that because why would I do that? I just want to win. You know what I mean? That I can break my hand. I can do there's a bunch of things that can happen. I'm not where I just want to win. So winning's more important than showing off what I can do. But I know in due time, as people defend takedowns, I'm gonna have to show off my hands. I'm gonna have to show off what else I can do and my other hidden talents.
And touching on that with your striking, do you feel like because where you're grappling and your submissions have excelled so much that maybe your stand-up's a little bit underappreciated? Would you say?
Not, I wouldn't say it's underappreciated. I would just say people just don't know about it. People don't know how good my stand-up is unless you were training with me in the gym, unless you were doing your rounds with me. People really don't know how good my stand-up is, you know. And I think that's the amazing part, is because eventually they'll all know how good my stand-up is, how great it is, how great it's becoming. Let's say that. But it is good.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt. And I bet you them training partners and sparring partners are fully aware of that one too.
Mm-hmm.
And not to look past Jornell, but obviously you mentioned before, obviously some other fighters which have got a bit more of a personal side to. Not to look past this fight, but once you get past this fight, is there some kind of other people you want to take care of that, like you say, have been in your DMs?
Well, Jordan, not Jordan, Bellator is doing a great job with just fighting me the correct opponent. They're. I can't say enough about the way they're matchmaking. The way they're putting their matches together with my fights. My confidence level each fight has increased, and now I know I'm at the point where we're gonna see. We're gonna start to see things. We're gonna start to see little glimpses of greatness in my fights, and then as that happens, I'm gonna orient myself, and then I'm gonna hone in on those big name fights, those bigger fights. Um, I want to be the champ by the time I'm 13-0. I think 13-0. I could be the champ. Or wait, six. I'll be 7-0. If I get 3 more fights after Jornell, okay, so I'll be 10-0. Then that'll be the 2024. By the middle of 2024, the end of 2024, I think I could be fighting those big names, the Stotts and the Mixes and the Pettises. Yeah, I think I can be fighting for the belt.
Of course, there's absolutely no doubt. And at Bellator 290 on obviously February 4th, what sort of stamp do you want to leave? Because there's going to be a lot of eyes on this card, especially. What kind of stamp do you want to leave in people's mind, when they watch you fight?
That I am a winner, I am a champion, and that I am inevitable. There's no denying how great I am.
Well, I can't wait to see it, and I believe that is something you can definitely stamp in people's minds. And I feel like after this card, a lot of these names that are on this card are going to come to light, and you being one of them. And just lastly, before you get away, I just want to ask at Bellator 90 February 4th, what can we expect from you on the night?
Super calm, super poised, super methodical, super in tune, and I'm just gonna do what I do best, man. That goes that win. That's just win.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. New breed, Jaylon Bates is fighting February 4th, Bellator 90. Thank you very much for your time, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you, brother.
Uh,
God bless.
Best of luck. Thank you very much.